Hello students, once again welcome back for the second lecture. In previous lecture, we have learnt about the syllabus of MA part first in English. Now, we are going to learn about the question paper format and pattern of MA part first, semester first. It is about question paper format which will be conducted by the SPPU Pune University, which will be for 50 marks. I have told you about already in the first lecture, that is 50-50 pattern, 50 marks by the Pune University and 50 marks will be given by the college. So there will be evaluation pattern. So by University of Pune, there will be 50 marks pattern. So it is a question paper format. Paper number 1.1, English Literature from 1550 to 1798. Pattern 2019. Time will be 3 hours and marks 50. It is a descriptive paper. Question number 1 is based on background questions on the background and features of literary schools movements, comparison of the school's movements, prescribed authors. So questions 2 and you have to write any one. So marks 10. Question number 2, long answer questions on Christopher Marlowe's Edward II. Write any one out of 3. Marks 10. Then question number 3, long answer questions on William Shakespeare's play The Tempest. Write any one out of 3. Marks 10. Then question number 4, short notes on the prescribed poems of Philip Sidney, Edmund Spenser, Walter Raleigh and Robert Herrick. Any 2 out of 4. Short notes of comparative type will be ideal. Marks 10, means here are 2 questions for 5 marks. Short notes on the prescribed poems of John Donne. Short notes on the prescribed poems of John Donne, Andrew Marvell, George Herbert and Edmund Waller. Any 2 out of 4. Short notes of comparative type will be ideal for 10 marks. So it was the question paper format about 1.1. Then our next paper is 1.2, English Literature from 1798 to the present. It is semester 1. Time 3 hours. Marks 50. First question is based on same the background questions on the background and features of literary schools movements, comparison of the school's movements, prescribed authors. 1 out of 2. Marks 10. Question number 2, long answer questions on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Any 1 out of 3. Marks 10. Long answer questions on Jane Austen's Persuasion. Any 1 out of 3. Marks 10. Question number 4, short notes on the prescribed poems of S.T. Coleridge and William Wordsworth. Any 2 out of 4. Marks 10. And the last question, short notes on the prescribed poems of John Keats, P.B. Shelley and Felicia Hemans. Any 2 out of 4. Short notes on comparative type will be ideal. So marks 10. Then our next paper is 1.3 contemporary studies in English language, question paper format, semester first, pattern 2090, marks 50. It is a descriptive paper. These all are descriptive paper which will be conducted by Pune University. Question number 1, short answers questions on contemporary theories, views of language. 2 out of 4, marks 10. Then question number 2, based on short answer questions on phonology. Phonology is a separate unit. 2 out of 4, marks 10. Then question number 3, short answer questions on morphology. Question 2 out of 4, marks 10. And question number 4, short answer questions on syntax. 2 out of 4 and marks 10. Then the last question, practical questions on all the 4 components above. Means all 4 components are given as a 4 units and it is a practical questions. So 10 out of 15 means it is one question for 1 mark and marks is 10. Then our next and last paper 1.4 for semester 1, it is question paper format, literary criticism and theory. Marks 5, marks 50. Long answer questions on the background and tenets of critical approaches and on comparative study of relevant approaches, isms and critics. Anyone out of 3 in 150 words and marks will be 10. Long answer questions on the prescribed text of Aristotle and theory of rasa. Anyone out of 3 in 150 words, marks will be 10. Question number 3, long answer questions on the prescribed text of Ben and Johnson. Anyone out of 3 in 150 words and marks 10. Question number 4, short note on the prescribed text of S.T. Coleridge and Wollstonecraft. Anyone out of 2 in 100 words and marks 5. Then B, short note on the prescribed text of Arnold and Wollstonecraft. Anyone out of 200 words and marks 5. Question number 5, A, short note on the prescribed text of Eliot. Anyone out of 2 in 100 words, marks 5. Short notes on the prescribed text of Brooks. Anyone out of 2 in 100 words and marks 5. So it was the 50-50 pattern and the examination will be conducted by the SPPU Pune University of 50 marks for 4 papers. Now we are going to learn about the internal assessment. Previously we have learned about the external assessment which will be conducted by the SPPU Pune University, and this is the internal assessment which will be conducted by the college. So here internal assessment for 50 marks. So what will be in the 50 marks? So test number 1. So it will be for 2 hours and first test for 15 marks for each paper. Okay, like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and 1.4. Okay. Then assignment number 1, it will be 5 for 5 marks for each paper, like 5 multiplied by 4, 20 marks, means there are 4 papers. Then test number 2 for 15 marks. Then assignment number 2 for 5 marks, and there will be group discussion and seminars. So what will be their group discussion and in seminars? Topics for all test assignment group discussion and seminars are displayed in the Department of English. The intimation will be given by the Department of English before your group discussion and seminars. Seminar for 5 marks and group discussion for 5 marks. So it was including all 4 papers. So for one paper there is 50 marks assessment, internal assessment. So there are 5 activities: test number 1, assignment number 1, test number 2, assignment number 2, and the last one group discussion and seminars. So it is for 50 marks. Okay. So it was the internal and external assessment. It is 50-50 pattern for 4 papers MA English part 1st semester 1st.